The Sleep Archive, Project Somnus, 1979 to 1985. They say some dreams don't end when you wake up. They wait, just beneath the surface, listening for someone to close their eyes again. And maybe that's why, in 1979, a private neuroscience institute in Prague tried to map the dream world itself. The project was called Somnus. Officially, it was an experiment in lucid dream control. Unofficially, it became something else entirely, a study in how far the human mind can travel before it doesn't come back. Between 1979 and 1985, 32 volunteers entered the program. Only 21 ever left, and even those who did never truly woke up. Somnus operated under the European Cognitive Advancement Council, a Cold War research front for neural mapping and thought synchronization. Its purpose, to connect multiple minds inside a single shared dream. They called it the Sleep Archive. Every night, participants were sedated, their REM cycles linked by electric impulses. The scientists wanted to capture the exact moment when consciousness slipped, to see what, if anything, remained on the other side. For months, the results were unremarkable. Random images, incoherent patterns, the usual chaos of sleep. But then something changed. Every subject began describing the same image. A corridor without doors, white walls, no sound, no end. And at the farthest point, a faint, flickering light. At first, the researchers assumed it was coincidence, a shared suggestion caused by overlapping data. But soon, handwriting across subjects began to merge. Dream sketches became identical. And when cross-checked, every dream log described the same sequence, as if they weren't dreaming individually, but collectively. In June of 1981, lead researcher Dr. Kovaj suspended all trials. Electrical systems were failing, equipment activating by itself. Monitors recorded activity hours after sessions ended. One technician swore she saw the EEG readings form letters. 3 words, "Do not open the door." She quit the next morning and disappeared from record. By 1985, the facility was abandoned. The main lab at Chamber B12 was sealed in concrete. All remaining documents were marked contaminated. The term used in the final report, non-biological interference. For almost 30 years, nothing more was heard of Project Somnus, until 2012. During the demolition of a nearby factory, workers unearthed several rusted storage containers buried beneath the old site. Inside were over 1,000 dream diaries, all dated between 1979 and 1985, each written by a different hand, each describing the same place, the corridor without doors. But the strangest detail came from the timestamps. Some diaries were dated years after the project had officially shut down. In 2014, digital analysts began transcribing the entries, hoping to find a pattern. What they discovered was impossible. When arranged by date and sequence, the words across every diary formed a hidden structure, a kind of code. When decoded into binary, the message became coordinates. Coordinates that didn't point to Prague, but to a section of the North Atlantic Ocean, directly above a classified deep-sea communication array. After that, the data was seized. All files were renamed and reclassified under Project Somnus, Level Omega. No further information has been made public. Former staff members refuse to talk. Some claim it was an attempt to digitally store consciousness. Others believe the experiment connected minds to something else entirely, a shared place beyond life and death, a space between sleep and oblivion. Today, the Somnus lab remains sealed beneath modern Prague. No one knows what's behind those walls, but one recovered audio log, buried in a forgotten archive, recorded the last words ever spoken from Chamber B12. A voice, barely audible, whispering, "The corridor is longer tonight." They say dreams are just stories our brains tell to make sense of the dark. But maybe dreams aren't fiction at all. Maybe they're invitations to places that remember us, places that wait. And if you ever find yourself walking a corridor with no doors, don't go toward the light, because some dreams don't end. They just wait for you to come back.